Hello and welcome to the channel. Well, this is predator shooting day, filming day, and I'll be showing you all the predators I have in my collection. And every time you'll see one, I'll start off showing you the box first, because I do like the artwork on the boxes. Very good. It was a bit of a light flare there, but you can pretty much see what I like. And that's a clue into showing you the first pose, which is Alpha Predator. And there he is, taking on the alien. Quite like that pose. Just trying to give you some nice angles. And his backstory is basically thousands of years ago, his people, the Hishkatan, were enslaved by the Emenge, and they were a powerful race that bred them for slave labour and to entertain them in gladiator fights. But eventually the Hishkatan grew in numbers and overthrew their slave masters and became, well, historically, some of the deadliest species in the galaxy concerning hunting prey. And those armour effects, and you'll see horns and spinal tissue and claws, those are supposed to be the mortal remains of the Emenge. And this alpha predator, according to his backstory, was the first to start the revolution that would overthrow the Emenge. So I got him at Christmas. I'm very pleased with him, and I'm going to pause it now so you can see the next predator. So here's the next one, and the clues in the box. I love this artwork. I could easily get a poster to this actually, and I might just do that. But yes, we're going to feral predator in that pose. Let's get round to a better angle, and that's not bad, of the feral predator delivering the kill shot, while he's got a snake alien in his hand. And I did love that film. I've loved all the Predator films actually. I know they've been slagged off, a few of them, but I essentially love to see Predators anyway. Some of the stories have been weak, but this definitely was one of the strongest they'd released in years, and I hope they might pursue it. I've heard talk they are going to pursue it, because you do see the credits at the end showing another alien craft arriving. But yeah, that's him. And on that note, I'm not going to do any more but pause it on that shot and bring in the next guy. So this is the next guy. Sorry about the flare on the lights. That's a better shot. And he is Fugitive Predator. I like to call him Hierarchy Predator, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, because his suit is more upmarket and he looks high ranking. And I think on a mission like this in the film, where he's supposed to deliver a package to the human race, they would pick one of their best and most respected warriors. But that's his head sculpt, and I had that on him for a while. Lovely head sculpt. Don't know if it's movie accurate, but I like it. And then we're going to come across to the actual scene I've created, which is that one. And I do like that shot there. Coming in close, you'll get a sense of what's going on. I tried to create movement with my figures. That's what I like to do. And I don't often pose my predators on one knee even, but I know they're good with the joints, double knee joint, so you can get that. But overall, I'm pleased with that shot. Let's come a bit closer on Hierarchy or Fugitive Predator. That's a lovely helmet. And I like his armour. So yeah, I'll bring in the next guy and I say stay tuned. So here's the artwork for the next predator, and I'll do that angle because there's less flare. But yeah, I like that. I love the artwork. I was thinking of actually getting one wall and displaying all my artwork like a mural, but that's the box for this predator. And here's the scene I've created. I'll come along and put him on this side and the alien over on the other side. Haven't actually changed the pose of the alien, I've just repositioned him. So we'll come round to get the angle of the shot, and I do like that, especially when you come in close on him. That helmet, I thought, I've never seen it before, but you do actually see it in, I think it's Predator 2, when Danny Glover is leaving the ship and the aliens turn up to take away the dead body. And I'm sure I saw it at the end of Aliens vs Predator when they come to pick up the body of that predator and the elder throws a weapon to the woman who survives. But overall, that's the look I've gone for. And that particular predator is called Greyback, and he comes from the Lost Tribe. I don't know too much about his backstory other than he was from the lower ranks, and through his kind of prowess and hunting skills, he gets the status of elite hunter. So he's officially a Yucha, a predator. So that's that. So I'll come away from that shot to give you that shot, and I'm going to pause it and bring in the next guy. Right, we're back with this one, the iconic one. Now, this predator, I'd got a couple, but this is the one I was chasing for the longest time, and they re-released it, and it's the one starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. But the guy who played Predator, as I've said before, was called Kevin Peter Hall, who made his first appearance, from what I understand, in the film Alien, directed by Ridley Scott. So I'll come over to this side now to show you the figure in person, and I've created that shot there of him coming in close. But before I move on with this, I want to come to the head sculpt first, because that's what he had for the longest time in my display on the table in my living room. But I also want to come down to this guy, because I've just reviewed Greyback. I don't know if I actually showed you this, but that's his head sculpt. So let's go back to Jungle Predator, and I've created a kind of dynamic shot like that of Predator spearing the alien. And I've also tried to get him holding on to that skull. That's a nice shot, because I attempted to film all my predators before, but I missed this guy out. How could you miss this guy out? But overall, I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to pause it and take you to the next one. So here's our next one. And again, some lovely artwork there of Scout Predator. Really lovely. and we'll go straight to him. So there we go, I've repositioned the alien to get that shot, and I really like that. Close up. And this species of alien, or Yucha, was born on a remote harsh island on Yucha Prime, the homeworld, and he comes from a very tough race of warriors who make their own weapons to go on various hunts, and that weapon there is one of them. Now it has a little unique thing going for it, and I'm going to pause it and show you what that is. But if you look at that nozzle there, and I'll pause it, there it extends, which is quite unique, quite neat for a figure at this level, for an accessory to have that. But either way, it does look good. And that scout predator, unlike greyback, the one you've just seen, he was more like a foot soldier who would scout out locations and prepare the way for the main hunt. But he also showed himself to be a unique individual and was also elevated to the status of elite hunter, a predator or Yucha in his own right. So I'll just pull back to that shot and bring in the next guy. So here's the next candidate, and this is Assassin Predator. Now I've got the neutral coloured Assassin Predator, how you see him a lot in their film, but there is a time when he activates his armour, which is under his skin, that his skin turns blue. And the box for that figure is not the same as this artwork. In fact, I've seen it and I actually prefer the artwork on that box, but this one's not bad. There you go. And I've got to apologise again because I've done it again. While reviewing Scout Predator, while I was reviewing him, I think I forgot to show you his head sculpt. And if I have shown it, then you'll seen it again. And that's what he was like before I put the helmet back on. But we'll get to the main cast, which is Assassin Predator. And that's a nice pose of him up close and personal, killing that alien. And as I said when I was reviewing Fugitive Predator, I wish they'd continue the story because this guy was awesome in the film, I thought, and it'd be good to see a war with his species going up against the humans who now have the technology to beat them. I'm just trying to get some angles for you, but overall I do like that. I think this is the better shot, that shot there. And then I'll show you his head sculpt, so I'm just going to pause it. So there's the head sculpt, and I love both head sculpts. But coming round to this section, get that pose. Slightly change the position on both the figures just to give it another dynamic. That's better actually, looking at that. Should have done it like that first time, especially when you're coming round to this side, especially looking at the predator's eyes. Yeah, quite like that. So there you go. I'll leave on that shot and bring in the next guy. I think there's one more. If not, you'll see them all collectively. Stay tuned. So welcome back, and this has been a long stint, 15 minutes worth of Predator for your entertainment. And these poses you see them in, they're going to go back into my display exactly looking like this. So I'll come down to the bottom section first, and I don't know if they're going to be in this format, but they will be in these poses. But I do like the format of grey back, jungle predator and scalp there. I quite got into that scalp pose. Might try those poses on other predators, but there you go. Grey back with this throwing implement, and then you've got jungle predator holding the skull and wearing a trophy around his waist. But you'll see the head sculpts with them, and I'm very pleased with the fact that I've finally got them back into their helmets, because I did enjoy showing them with the head sculpts on. It gives them the personality and a different kind of dynamic. I'll take you to another head sculpt, assassin predator. Yeah, good eyes. But this is the section with fugitive predator with his head sculpt. Love the armour on this. Quite like the pose. And then we go to the back and get in on alpha predator. Great figure. My Christmas present to myself. And then we've got assassin predator. And then finally feral predator, having captured that alien snake. He's looking up, probably going to bite its head off. But those are the poses all my predators will be going back into in my display in the living room on the table. And if you check out my grand tours video, you will see them there. But overall, I am after a couple of more predators, but I don't think you'll be seeing on camera for a while. Now hopefully, as I promised you, I will be filming not Captain America, I will be filming Kingdom Come Superman and Christopher Reeve's Superman. And I look forward to showing you that. But on that note, I say thanks for watching. See you again soon.